Hello. I'm going to be documenting my hooping journey. I started it about 2 weeks ago. I bought a hoop on a whim. I've been having these manic episodes where I feel like I compulsively buy anything I can get my hands on, and I happened to buy a hoop, and I haven't been able to keep my hands off of it.
My name is Jeri, and I've been hooping for a full year. Today I want to share with you my hooping journey. When I started hooping, I was incredibly depressed, very inactive, and had no dance experience. As you can see, hooping did not come easily to me. I felt clumsy, awkward, and incredibly disconnected from my body. I've been suffering from depression, depersonalization, and derealization for about a decade of my life. Both have given me a lot of anxiety issues and panic attacks. I was determined to use hooping to fight back. Nothing else was working, no medication, drug, therapy, exercise. This was truly my last resort. I was hanging by a thread.
I just watched myself hoop, and I'm blown away at how much I've progressed. I didn't even believe it was me hooping.
Hooping encouraged me to get outside and leave my bedroom. This was also around the time I discovered a sense of that magical, mystical flow that everybody was talking about. It was new and exciting and something I had never felt before. I also started recording most of my practices. Some of them are very awkward to look back upon. The people closest to me began to realize how happy hooping was making me. They started to see that hooping was no longer a hobby of mine, it was a passion. For my birthday, my family surprised me with a mood hoop. My lovely boyfriend also surprised me with an LED hoop from Sativa Creations. It was the most excited and moved I had felt in a long while.
Hey! I just wanted to do a quick hooping update. I've been hooping since April. It is now the beginning of November. My mood is drastically different. I went from being depressed every single day to being depressed 5 days a week to being depressed occasionally, maybe 3 days a night. 3 days a night. I learned that I am a quitter. I tend to stop things that get really difficult, and I can say with absolute certainty that hooping has changed that.
Would you leave the boundaries of your mind? I bet you never even knew that there's a universe inside of you. Getting right.
Good time not for long. Got what was to be someone. Good time, that's alright alone. It's been left alone. Left alone. Left alone. Left alone. Please don't leave me this
My depersonalization was still very much a problem, but I found that hooping grounded me and connected me back with reality. Hooping became much more than fun at this point. It became my medicine and my therapy. After I moved into my apartment, my panic attacks disappeared and my anxiety faded into the background. Inside my hoop, I was rediscovering all of the strength, confidence, and joy that my depression had robbed me for so many years.
Spirited away. I don't think I'll make it hanging here another day. I wanna get spirited away. I will feel the other way. I disappear and never stay. I'm out on the balcony, I can see the ocean. I'm practicing alchemy on your pour a potion. Conjure a spell, wish you well. I can say I'm joking when I call my city.
Depersonalization can completely eradicate any sense of self. Having something to do that I loved helped assure me that I do indeed have an identity, and it's something I have to choose for myself each and every day. Slowly, I find myself returning to my body. I start to smile whenever I dance. I start meeting new people and quickly become labeled as that one girl who hoops, and I loved it. A decade of depression and self-loathing was being rapidly replaced by an unfamiliar optimism and self-love. All of the weirdness in me, all of the quirks and things I used to hate about myself became something I was proud of. Why care about the negative thoughts of others? I was having fun being me for the first time in my entire adult life, and nothing could stop that.
Do anybody make tortilla soup? Like, but it sounds kind of good. Would it be so bad if I made Chipotle tortilla soup right now? Probably, right? Hungry.
You're gonna go in hard flex. You're gonna fall in your lips. Gonna go in hard flex. You're gonna fall in your
I began to experiment creating new transitions, tricks, shapes, and movements. I began making discoveries completely on accident, and I believe there is truly no greater feeling. I kept downsizing my hoops until I found I was most comfortable with a 28-inch diameter Poly Pro. Recently, I sized down to 26 inches. Since I first started with a 38 2-pound fitness hoop, this has been my ultimate dream size hoop. I sorta can't wait until I can downsize even further. After a while, I couldn't remember the last time I had really been depressed. I mean, sure, my bad days are still there, and I have a long way to go, but now it all seems so manageable, whereas before it seemed practically impossible. I went from wanting to kill myself every night to wanting to bring my hoop to as many cool places as possible. I went from never wanting to meet new people to actively seeking out new conversation to actively making those connections. Looking back on this year, I finally come to understand what it really means to shed your own skin. It's all about opening up your potential to be the kind of person you've always wanted to be, not necessarily the person other people expect. It's about growing from all the negative experiences and using your doubt as fuel to propel you further. We are all so much more capable than we give ourselves credit for. I'm not only a drastically different person, but I'm also more grounded, more well-rounded, and more optimistic about moving forward than I'd ever believe I'd be. I have a lot more to learn, and I can't wait to spend another year orbiting around the sun if it means I get to keep on spitting and growing and spinning some more.